ayé ń dà gìrìgìrì tí wọ́n ń pọn yìí. West Radio 89.3 FM kànga àgbẹ̀màgbẹ̀.
Tired of listening to the same old content? Tune in to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, the only radio other radio stations listen to.
All right, it's another beautiful Thursday morning. Today, the 25th day of June, 2026. And you're on Wells Radio, 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. The program you're listening to right now is Perspective Unlimited. And remember that Perspective Unlimited holds here on Wells Radio, 89.3 FM, every Mondays to Fridays by 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. every Mondays to Fridays, like I said. And on Perspective Unlimited, what we do is look at the front pages of newspapers in the country, and would take a few of those stories and go deep into it for analysis. And of course, you know that at the second half of Perspective Unlimited, you at home will be able to be a part of the program by calling in or sending us messages on our Facebook page, and we will be happy to read it out for people to hear. Now on Perspective Unlimited this morning, I'm not alone in the studio as usual. On Thursdays, I always have the usual suspects. Ola Lekon Sani. Good morning, Mr. Sani.
Good morning, Chief.
Yes. Okay, you've not been on Perspective since last Friday, isn't it?
Nope.
Last Thursday.
Well, I was here on Friday.
On Friday, yes. So since last Friday, you've not been on Perspective. Yes, and I'm sure you must have seen all the headlines from Monday till yesterday. Yes. The most prominent one is just yesterday night we heard about the passage of the state police bill, and I feel that would be our focal point this morning. But before we even go into that, we are still going to read the headlines on the newspapers this morning. The three papers we have is the Punch newspaper, the Guardian, and Nigerian Tribune as usual. But before we go deep into this, what do you really think, basically, about the state policing? We've been talking about it, and finally, it looks like it's going to get to our hands now.
Thank you very much. I don't think we are there yet, at least from what I can see. I scanned all the pages of the internet yesterday. I couldn't find a draft of the legislation.
For us to know exactly what it is.
I need to know exactly what it is.
Okay, so hold our thoughts and let us quickly give the headlines on the newspapers. On the front page of Punch newspaper this morning, the largest caption reads, State Police Bill lands in state assemblies. And the writer story, Senate passes historic bill manually as electronic voting fails. Lawmakers back decentralized policing to tackle terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping. And bills also empowers governors to appoint police commissioners as Senate adopts safeguards against abuse. All of those stories you can find on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. And on the 2027 race, Wike Turaki camps roll out parallel PDP candidates. That story is on page 7. And if you go to page 12 of the Punch newspaper this morning, EFCC to arraign Meti Allah's leader in $2.53 million laundering probe. And on page 17, reps extend probe of airport seaport concession. And on the abduction crisis happening here in Oyo State, Oyo begs NUT to end school shutdown. That story is on page 12. And still on page 12, and on ISIS funding, federal government set to charge U.S.-sanctioned BDC operators. And on page 9, petrol remains pricey as crude crashes to $73 per barrel. Now on page 9, top banks raise tech budgets by 43% in first quarter. Those are the stories you can find on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. And moving over to the front page of the Guardian newspaper, the largest caption, spike. Let's move to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. The largest caption, Senate Police. Senate passes bill, empowers governors to appoint CPs. The bill awaits reps' action as National Assembly prepares clean bill for transmission to states. 24 states assemblies must endorse bill to become law. And drama, senators initially block governors from Senate floor. Rescinded decisions after Akpabio, Senate leader's intervention. That story you can find on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. Moving on to other stories now. 17 Ondo students in trouble over viral sign-out celebration video. That story is on page 4. And still on page 4, Oyo raises 2026 budgets to 1.1 trillion naira with 250 billion supplementary appropriation. And on page 28, and talking about terrorism, court in Sokoto sentences 2 Nigerians, 1 foreigner to death. Still on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning, other stories we can see on page 3, LPPC suspends Mike Ozekome from NAN rank. And on page 4, APC Accord shunned police INEC peace meeting in Osun. And there's a writer story to that. CP Rec warns against violence ahead, August polls. And on health, a smartphone AI app detects eye cancers from photos. That is according to research. And on page 24, NDLEA uncovers another industrial scale meth lab in Oyo Forest. And that has a writer story. Arrests Mexican, 4 others, recover multi-billion naira worth of illicit substance. Those are the stories you can find on the Nigerian Tribune this morning. So let us quickly go to, like we started on the state police, and as reported on Punch newspaper this morning, Nigeria on Wednesday moved closer to, ever than before, to establishing a state police force after the Senate passed the controversial constitution alteration bill seeking to decentralize policing, shifting the battle from the landmark reforms to the 36th State House of Assembly, where at least 24 legislators must endorse the proposal before it can become law. The passage of the bill by the Senate marks a major breakthrough in a debate that has dominated Nigerian security discourse for decades and come amid worsening insecurity across several parts of the country, including terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, communal violence, and organized crimes. Now, like I was asking, what does this actually mean for security in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. In all seriousness, we should be talking about, it's a great day for security in Nigeria, but is it? I don't think it is. And the fact is that I have not really been able to go through what is in that draft. Like I told you, the members of the Senate said that after a clause-by-clause consideration of the draft, but all the clauses that they read on the floor of the Senate yesterday didn't strike me as anything that is going to bring about a different
Outcome
rather than what's on the ground. Because what really matters is the ability to bear sophisticated weapons. And I didn't see anything as regards arming. I'm talking about how they are going to be harmed. I was expecting the fact that, okay, well, they will still have to go through the federal government, but they can, at least for now, buy weapons on their own. But there was nothing of that nature. And that makes me fear that, are we talking about a glorified Amotekun? Because if they are not carrying serious weapons, it's a joke. It is a joke. And in all seriousness, until I read it expressly in black and white that they can bear sophisticated weapons, I will not say, oh, hooray. No.
Okay, so talking about all of this, I think we've seen what the argument has been, that if they decentralize it, that states will have the power to be able to secure their own space. Now, let us look at the responsibility of the federal police force if the state police happens. They said the federal police will remain responsible for counterterrorism, border security, organized crimes, crime affecting national security, and federal law enforcement functions. Do you think that this will not make the state police a little bit redundant? Because what else?
In all seriousness, I'm not particularly surprised that they are saying all of this. Weeks back, either you or one of your colleagues asked me what the role of the state police structure would be and what that of the federal government would be. I said, these are the things that I said. Matters bordering on terrorism, interstate crimes and stuff like that. That's normal. That's how it is in the United States of America. But in the United States of America, county police officers bear arms. And I say arms, I mean rifles. State police officers bear rifles. That is how they can do their job effectively. Like I told you, should there be a group of terrorists somewhere, the state police may not be able to charge them for conducting terroristic acts. But rather, you can say they are bearing arms. And the minimum penalty, the penalty for that is around 25 years. That's still okay. But if you are carrying the gun and pump action, how do you effect the arrest of people carrying AK-47 in the first instance?
How do you want to face them?
Let's talk of what you are going to take them to court for. Are you with me? That's the point. That is the point. It is of no need whatsoever if what they are giving us is a unit that cannot bear sophisticated arms. What that is going to end up becoming is a tool for governors to play with when it's time for politics. I was listening to what they said on the floor of the Senate yesterday. I told you, I listened to them very, very well, and I didn't hear one thing that I wanted to hear. They said, they are going to ensure that governors are not going to use state police for political witch hunt and all of that.
Yeah.
Where exactly has it happened in this country that someone was taken to court because the person is a political enemy of the governor? They wouldn't say that. It's always cybercrime that you are bullying the governor. Cybercrime, cyberbullying. Nothing stops governors from taking people to court on the pretext of cybercrime or cyberbullying. So for me, it's
so you're saying it's not really valid that they might be using the police force to intimidate?
They most certainly will.
Okay, but how has this law now curbed that?
It has not curbed it. They said it will curb it, but going by the past, not one person has been taken to court because, Obu governor, he abused the governor. No, they wouldn't do that.
But now that the governor...
what they are going to say is cyberbullying.
But according to the...
cyberbullying, what's it called?
Yeah, but according to what they are saying now, the governor would actually have the power to appoint the commissioner of police. Would that not give the governor the power to be able to use the commissioner now?
That's exactly what I am saying. You will use the CP, you will appoint the CP on the advice of the police council.
Council, yes.
But still, you are the one appointing. Unless there is conflict between the federal government and the state government. That is when the police council will say, we are not supporting the appointment of this particular person for the office of commissioner of police. But what I'm saying here is this. Should there be harmony between the federal government and the state government involved, the governor is going to have his way as regards who to appoint into the office. And once that happens, looking at the law that I can see on the ground, it's a field day for the governor to go after his enemies. What I want to see is the ability to bear sophisticated arms, which I have not seen there. That is it. If that's the case, the max they can do is, those boys smoking Indian hemp somewhere in the corner of the street, go and arrest them. And that particular guy jumping fence and breaking into people's homes, go and pick him. That's happening today. They are arresting such people. The people that's difficult for them to arrest are the people bearing extremely sophisticated weapons.
And that is where the federal police steps in at the moment.
Well, at this particular point, they are not doing the job effectively. If they have
Isn't that now the essence of creating the state police, so that they will be able to assist?
That is if they are carrying sophisticated
arms.
weapons, which I have not seen in the draft.
Okay, so not seeing it in the draft now automatically means that probably is not the case.
You can't work on nothing. When it comes to the law, it must be written.
It must be written.
It must be written, not verbally. We don't do verbal law in this country. We do written law in this country. It is codified, not unwritten. It is
But now
codified.
they
It
are
is
saying
written.
that-
So if it is not in the book, you cannot work. It should do
Doesn't
very-
exist.
It does. If you do anything like that, you find yourself where you don't like.
But now they said that the bill is still subject to approval of at least 24 State House of Assembly members. How likely is this to happen, especially in the face of opposition?
Well, the NGF has told us, Governors Forum, and they have come out openly to say that they are in support of it. And just as the president is in control of the National Assembly led by Babio and Abbas, governors are also in charge of state houses of assembly. So I see no reason to fear whether it is going to be passed or not. At the end of the day, all 36 states houses of assembly may actually approve it. But what exactly are you approving? Are you approving just a law for the sake of passing the law, or you are approving something that can actually bring about a radical change and departure from where we are right now? That is what matters to me. I'm not really interested in, state police knows. What I want is an effective policing mechanism. I admit the federal government was doing the job very, very well. I wouldn't have asked for state
Okay,
police.
so now that we're talking about the lawmakers, if you were to advise the lawmakers, what are the key provisions you would recommend before they pass the bill?
Number one is, how are we going to handle recruitment? That's number one. Is it the federal government
Which is
going
very
to recruit
vital
for us? We need to recruit for ourselves. That's number one. Number two, the people we are recruiting, we know exactly why we are recruiting them. We are recruiting them so that they can face these bandits and terrorists. The least you can do is to match what's in their hands, balance of terror. If they are not going to be permitted to at least carry AK-47 and AK-49, AR-15 and the likes, it's of no use. At the end of the day, you are going to head up with a legal entity that can actually take people to court but cannot do
That
the
is
needful right now.
incapacitated.
It is incapacitated as regards fighting terrorism, but it is going to be largely capacitated when it comes to going after the perceived opponents or real opponents of the governors. Because at that particular point, whatever they say is legally binding. They can take you to court. They can say, okay, you are going to be there for the next 2 months, just like the ICPC and DSS are playing with El Rufai right now, which I believe is all political. So now you are going to give state governors something like that to play with as well. That's how I say it. That is if they... I know that is going to happen. It is at this particular point, it's a necessary evil for as long as they are going to be permitted to do the needful. Then at that particular point, we'll be able to say, governors, what are you doing as regards the security of your state? Anybody accusing governors of ineffectiveness when it comes to security right now is either of two. Number one, totally incompetent as regards how the security architecture of the country works. That's number one. Number two is playing politics. Trying to shift attention from the president to the governor simply because maybe he likes the president for political or whatever reasons. But should they now have a standing police force that can go around with assault rifles, then at that particular point, Mr. Governor, what are you doing? Because your guys have what these guys have. Why are you not going after them? But I have not seen anything in that draft that tells me that is going to happen. So like I was trying to pinpoint, I know too well that no matter what happens, governors are going to take advantage of what is going to come. I don't like that. But if it's not going to give us the avenue to accuse governors of not doing enough because they have what it takes to go after these people,
Then it's a welcome.
then it's a welcome development. At least we know that there is a plus. Generally, we are secure. Perceived opposition politicians may not be secure, but at least the total populace is
which is most important.
Which for me, that's the paramount thing. So that's still a point. But if we are not going to move from where we are to the point of security, and yes, opposition politicians are also going to be in trouble, then we better not have state police.
Okay, so talking about, because you've been saying that your greatest concern is would they be allowed to bear arms and sophisticated ones. Now let's talk about the financing of this, because it means that if the state police is being created and they need to bear arms and bear sophisticated ones, it means that it is going to be on the shoulders of the state police to actually
most certainly
cough out the funds. Do you think that I know we discussed this in one of our Perspective Unlimited. Do you think that paying salaries, kitting them up, and then now still providing them with sophisticated weapons, do you think every state in Nigeria would be able to afford that?
Every state in Nigeria can afford that. Listen to me, brother. Every state in this country can afford it. The only state that cannot afford it is a state where the governor is heartless. Let's make specific reference to Taraba State right now, because what is happening in that state is actually getting me angry. The national minimum wage in this country is 70,000. Paying anything short of 70,000 is actually a crime in this country. The government of Taraba State has been engaging in what I can call a crime by paying
below the minimum wage.
Not just below, far below. 15,000 naira on a monthly basis to sweepers in that state.
And you're very certain about this?
I've been already in the news. Bro, no, they fear. No, they fear.
No, I'm only asking.
No, I have read
your full chest.
My full body. I have read the defense of the state government. That, actually, it's not an idea of the governor, it's an idea of that particular agency, which is idiotic in my opinion. As the governor of the state, whatever happens in the state, so far we're not talking about security, is on your shoulders. A government agency is paying was paying 15,000. That in itself is a crime. Guess what? They slashed 5,000 naira away from it. Now the state government is paying 10,000 out of 70,000.
So how can this state?
So the point now is that particular state government has a liaison office in Lagos that has a humongous budget. That particular state government has a liaison office in Abuja that has a humongous budget. That particular state government has a governor's lodge in Abuja that is gigantic. The convoy of the governor is as good as the convoy of the president of the United States of America. Meaning they have money. Everybody knows that sub-regionals, I'm talking about state governments here, now have a lot of money to play with. But instead of spending the money on the people, the money keeps disappearing. Let me make a particular reference again to Borno State. The government of Borno State said that they spent 4 billion naira on rail network within the state. The people of Borno looked left, they looked right, they looked forward, they looked back. In fact, they looked upward. Where is the rail? There is no rail. Only for the state government to later now come out to say, actually it was an administrative error. That it was an error to have injected something like that into the budget because there is no rail anywhere. Guess what? The money has been taken away from the government, from the account of the government, and there is no rail anywhere. It tells you that these guys are only thieves playing with money. But if they really want to work, they have more than enough money to work. If they don't want to work, they will not work. But at that particular point in time, we will know the governor who wants to work from the one who doesn't want to work. So if there is no state police, we may not know the one who actually takes the issue of security very seriously. Because now all they are going to tell you is go to the federal government, which is actually true to some extent. But if we now have a state police structure, they are going to have different uniforms. And even if they have the same uniform, you are going to see Osun State on their badge. You're going to see Kwara State. merely looking at this, the police officers you are going to encounter on the street, you will know the one who is properly kitted from the one who is not properly kitted. That means you will know the state government
that is serious. Okay, so we'll soon go on a quick commercial break. But before we do that, I would like to let us look at the political angle to this now. Now, creating the state police is one of the promises the president made while he was campaigning for office. Can we say now that he has at least...
I don't even think he said anything.
No, he was part of what he said that they were going to look into the creation of state policing.
If you are saying that on his behalf, no problem. But I listened to him. I never heard anything like that. But if you are sure he said it...
No, it was not, maybe not one of his campaign promises, but it was one of those things he said after assuming office that they will look into and they will create.
After yes, after no, that was when we started screaming that we need state police.
Yeah, but
we need state police.
Yeah, but we've been on state police even before his administration. And
yes, when Buhari was there, people were talking about state police, and at least they got Amotekun there, which, as far as I'm concerned, is nothing. No, if we are talking about what is on the ground, Amotekun is nothing. No disrespect to them.
Yeah. But can you say now that we have gotten to this stage, can we say that the president is delivering?
If it's not Amotekun, then we can say at least there's something on the ground. But if it's glorified Amotekun, then it's political game and not reality. That is it.
So you think everything still boils down to the kind of arms they can bear?
That is it. You cannot take a catapult to a gunfight. You cannot take a knife to a bomb fight. You are only going to get yourself killed. What I am talking about is, if you want to go to a gunfight, you must at least have the type of gun
they have, if not
possesses.
better.
If not, at minimum.
At least.
That is it.
All right, you're still on to Perspective Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. We are going to go on a quick commercial break now, and when we come back on the second segment of Perspective Unlimited, we are going to be digging deeper into other stories as seen on the front pages of the newspaper this morning. I remain Kunle Olowu on the show, and with me is Olale Konsani. Do stay tuned for the second half of Perspective Unlimited.
Preferred wholesome radio.
Thinking of an all-in-one digital platform that fits your lifestyle and makes everyday payments simple, reliable, and fast?
Oh, wow. Yes, please.
Allow me introduce you to BillStation, your one-stop digital payment solution for individuals and businesses. Built to simplify payments and services for millions across Africa. With BillStation, you can buy cheap airtime and data, pay electricity bills, send money instantly, make online payments, and book flights and hotels. Enjoy our overseas airport pickup services, interstate bus ticket sales, and event tickets, all on BillStation. Fast, simple, reliable.
Wow, that's amazing.
Visit www.thebillstation.com. Download the BillStation app on the Apple App Store or Android Google Play and get welcome bonuses when you sign up. Enjoy fast customer support and a seamless user experience every time. Get in touch with us today.
Email thebillstation175@gmail.com or sales@thebillstation.com.
WhatsApp 091 6858 1914. BillStation. Your world, your money, one station.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour. I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data. Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service. One Data? Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Are you hungry for something delicious? Food that feels like home but tastes like pure luxury? Then welcome to Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile. From our smoky jollof to rich ofada sauce to a variety of delicious soups like egusi, eforiro, and more, paired with your favorite proteins and hot, freshly made swallows, all made for you to enjoy. We also handle bulk orders in liters, fresh and ready whenever you need it. We deliver it to your doorstep. At Honeydew, it's not just the food, it's the feel. With our beautiful ambience, perfect for your romantic dates, family outings, or your quiet, relaxing evening escape. Join us every last Friday of the month at 7 p.m. for karaoke night with Jayola and enjoy music, games, food, drinks, and free mocktails and cocktails as you sing your hearts out. Visit us at Plot 42, Block 8, Alaafin Avenue, beside Wells Radio, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For your doorstep delivery or inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0814-691-6635, 0814-691-6635. Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile.
All right, you are welcome back to the second half of Perspective Unlimited on Wells Radio. It's 9.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. I am Kunle Olowu, and in the studio with me is Olale Konsani. And we are talking about issues as seen on the front pages of the newspaper this morning. Moving away from what we discussed before the first half, which is the issue of state policing. Now, we are going to go into other stories as seen on the front page, especially the ones that would affect us directly as Nigerians. And before we go into those stories, remember you can always be a part of the show by calling into the studio on 091-6893-1000, or you can call 091-5333-4893, or you can also call 09-1133-33893. You can also send a message on our Facebook page at Facebook page is at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. I beg your pardon, and we'll be happy to read your comments. Now on Punch, there is also a report here about petrol remaining pricey as crude oil crashes to $73 per barrel, and according to the report on Punch newspaper, the price of petrol has remained... Okay, let's take this call before we go back to that report. Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, sir.
My name is George. I'm calling you from Oleguero.
George from Oleguero, you have the floor.
Yes. I thank Mr. Sonny for his analysis.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You see, we have had regional police before, and it worked. And now, We have cried, and the president has now given order that we should now have a state police. We should not allow the powers that do not want the masses to have what they want, to make whatever laws they are going to make for us now to be something that will not solve our problem. All well-meaning Nigerians should please make sure that whatever law they are going to give to us to govern the state police will be the law that will meet our needs, so that we don't start crying again. This is not so military that is doing this law now. It is the civilians that are doing the law. And it is our input that will make it to be perfect. So people should not keep quiet. Let them speak up. Because whatever they give to us now, we may not be able to complain about them, because this thing is now in our own domain to make sure that it is perfect. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
Do you know one part of it that actually concerns me the most? Before the president sent the letter to the his letter to the National Assembly on Tuesday or so, the House of Reps had already passed it last week. The Senate had done the first and second reading. They only did the third reading yesterday. What exactly did they pass? Who brought the bill that they passed? The president brought a 146-page document after the House of Reps had passed it, after the Senate had done first and second reading. I understand the process of lawmaking. Agenda is not changing right now. It's not making sense at all, not at all.
All right, let's move away from that story, like I said, and let's talk about oil. I don't know if you want to talk about oil. Yes.
Oil is actually very, very important.
So now the report we have here on Punch newspaper says that the price of petrol has remained high, even as crude oil prices crashes to $73 per barrel on Wednesday, the lowest level since the U.S.-Iran conflict began in February. Now, according to oilprice.com, crude oil fell from $76.75 per barrel on Tuesday to $73.50 on Wednesday, extending the deadline in oil price since the United States and Iran signed a peace deal. However, petrol prices have yet to drop in line with the latest crude oil rates. As of Wednesday, many filling stations were still selling petrol at about 1,205 naira per liter. And the price of many consumers said it doesn't reflect the current global oil price. Now, following the drop in crude oil price from the high of about $120 per barrel during the United States and Iran conflict to around $73 after the peace deal was announced in June 14, many Nigerians expect petrol prices to have fallen below 1,000 naira per liter. The expectation has yet to be materialized. Before we go into that, let's quickly take this call.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Ruth calling from Alakia.
Ruth from Alakia, you have the floor.
Yes, sir. To tackle insecurity, state police is one of the key solutions. And I would just urge the government to approve its operation without further delay. Because Nigeria wants a safe and secure environment. And if they want to do the state police, they should please properly equip them to carry out their duties effectively. We just don't want state police. Because what we are seeing under the police force, we don't really like it. So that's why we are calling for state police. I just hope they do the needful. Good morning.
Thank you very much and good morning. Okay, so now the petrol is still 1,200 kilo far.
I could hear me, but to some extent, to hear me, I understand. Let's not blame the retailers, because what they buy is what they are going to sell.
Okay, we have a call on the line. Let's quickly take this. Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. We can hear you. Go on, please.
I
don't care. Please go on.
Yeah, concerning security, I think safety is the best way to go. Because how do you expect someone that they brought from Kano to come to your state? So how will he be able to know the nooks and crannies of your state? So I think safety is the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
Like I was saying, on the 28th of February, the United States of America and Israel attacked Iran. on that particular day, the price of crude in the global market was $71 per barrel.
Let's quickly take this call as well. Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning. It's George calling back.
George, please reduce the volume of your radio set, please.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
You see, the process of making law, this law they are making to guide the state police. Are they not supposed to send to the state houses of assembly for people to make their own input, to make sure that all that we need to make the law effective?
Yes, that's the next stage now.
Sir, the truth of the matter is that they should have done that during the second reading. Yeah. But now they have passed it. They will send it to the House of Assembly, but...
What are they passing?
What has already been passed?
The bill.
Are they
or the law?
What we have not made our own input? It's wrong. If we accept this again, we will start complaining. They should let the people make their own input. Because we have been criticizing this constitution that the word we, the people of Nigeria, if we, the people of Nigeria, do not put our own input on this state police law, then definitely it's going to be like the military constitution that we are operating. They should not allow him to pass, please.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution, sir.
Yes.
Let me say something as what Mr. George said. Ideally, you do the first reading, second reading. After second reading, take it to committee. At the committee stage, people will be invited. We call it public hearing. Public hearing. Stakeholders will come. Okay, this is what I think we should do. This is what I think we should do. You say your own, I say my own. Everybody says their own opinion, and everything is now blended into what they're going to take back as to the committee of the whole. Then they approve it. But this time around, we have not seen anything of that nature, and that is suspicious.
Yeah.
Now going back to oil, the price of crude oil is what determines the price of petrol, diesel, and kerosene. Before the war started, a barrel of crude oil was going for $71 per barrel, and Dangote was selling to us then from his own refinery at the rate of 625
naira per liter.
It went to 120, and at that point it was selling at the rate of 1,250 naira from his refinery. This morning, what the Punch said is even outdated. It's now obsolete. They said price of crude is now $73. Before I left home this morning, it was $72. Guess what? Aliko is still selling. Dangote is still selling to us at the rate of 1,175. I'm not saying Dangote is a fraudster, but it's beginning to behave like one.
But some inquiries that were made has it that even some people in the United States are saying that. I'm just saying the price has gone up for them too since the war.
God bless
and
you.
It has still not gone down till
like
now.
This narrative.
Yes.
Man is naturally evil. It takes oversight, regulation, everything to tame the average human being from doing something bad. In the United States of America, they're having the same problem. But because they have a proactive system, the president came out openly to say this is price gouging. That crude dealers, refiners, marketers, you guys are thieves. And the next thing that's going to happen is that the Department of Justice is going to investigate you guys. And anybody found wanting is going to be sanctioned thoroughly.
So you're saying that's what the Nigerian government should be doing as well?
I've been saying it times and times and times. Dangote is not our friend. He's not our friend. But because nobody is saying anything here, he can do whatever he wants to do. I can bet it with you. Give it 1 or 2 days, the price of petrol is going to crash drastically in America, simply because the president has spoken out against it. But here, what our president is telling us through his advisor is that there isn't much hunger in the land. The president never said that should he not give us power, that we shouldn't vote for him. Something the president said with his own mouth. If I don't give you power in 4 years, don't vote for me when I come back for a second time.
But he said that he didn't say that. But that's even not what we're talking about.
No,
now.
what I'm trying to say here is that there is honor there. There is the opposite of it here. That is why Dangote is running wild.
So you don't think that's okay in your own perspective? You feel that price of petrol will drop drastically in America
because of what the president
has said.
But
you don't think that's
has anybody spoken out against what Dangote is doing? Nope.
But I mean, right now, Nigerians, we are still importing petrol. We are still importing at the moment.
God bless you. Now, marketers have come out to say that the petrol that is being imported into this country is not, quote and unquote, imported petrol. You know, Dangote sells petrol outside of the country as well. There is I don't know if you've been to Lome before, Togo. There is a very, very massive oil and petroleum products trade going on there. It's actually on the sea, or it's controlled by the government of Togo. Dangote ships petrol out to that particular place. Guess what? People are now alleging that the price he sells to foreigners is lower than the price he sells to us locally here. Such that it's even economically viable for people to go and buy from Lome. I'm talking about Dangote. I'm talking about Dangote. And they will still bring it back here and make profit. He has come out to say it's a lie. But people who are into it are saying that that's actually what is happening. Go to Ghana, Benin Republic, the price of Dangote cement is actually lower there than what we have in this country. What is happening, brother Dangote? You're not doing well. But, well, I'm going to blame him. But the set of people I'm going to blame more are those in government.
Who are not doing anything about it. Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Yeah, just calling again on this issue of fuel.
Okay.
I think we have a minister for petroleum. And we have a president. And we have bodies that regulate these things. Why are they silent? These are the people we should be speaking to now. Because if we continue hammering on Dangote, we might not be able to get it right. Some people are benefiting from the actions, and that is the reason why they are not reacting. So the president, who is the petroleum minister, should be the one we should face now to be able to sanction whoever is making things difficult for us as far as this fuel is concerned. Because he rose up one day and he said fuel subsidy is gone and our problem started. He should please wake up tomorrow or even towards evening time if he sleeps this afternoon and tell us that this is how much we are going to buy fuel. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution, sir. All right. Looking at this issue now, can we say that maybe he's not done, because sometimes these petrol stations, when they buy stock at very expensive price and then it crashes before they finish selling it, they might want to exhaust that so that they won't run at a loss. Do you think this might be the situation?
Well, if that's the situation, I should state categorically that it's not the filling stations right now because it's what they are buying from
that they are selling.
The major culprit here, in my opinion, is Aliko Dangote. And if it's about, the crude I bought is
so that's what I'm saying there, the crude.
So if that's the case, in crude trading, they call it futures. What you are going to get in the next 3 months is already paid for today. And the price you pay for is what you are going to, is what should guide you when you get it. War broke out on the 28th of February. Dangote did not wait for the next 3 months to effect a change, an upward change. Now that it has come down, you cannot tell us that we should give you 3 months.
Let's quickly take this call. Hello, what is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Aderonke Kolemba.
Aderonke, okay. You have the floor.
Concerning fuel, all what we want is that it should be brought back to the previous price we are buying. Just take a look at it.
The previous price, which is how much? Is it the 100 naira or the 6 or 700?
Yes, now. The previous price. When Jonathan was bought, just take a look at it. A liter of Fena, we are now buying it 1,002, 1,005. It's not supposed to be. So since the removal of fuel subsidy, we are not enjoying any standardization. All what we want, has this been the refinery that they promised us they be the refinery? we won't be facing all this today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Okay. I want us to look at something else before, because we are running out of time. There's also a report here that says that the Oyo State government has increased its 2026 budget to 1.1 trillion. I don't want to go reading the reports, but I'm sure we all saw that report. Yeah, so 1.1 trillion. I mean, like, I remember there was a time the president actually said that if we are still going through hardship, that they should hold the governors because they're actually getting money. Does this look like they are? Yeah, but before you say that, let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Yeah, hello, Wesley. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Salam. I'm calling from Watson. Good morning, Honorable Sonny. How is this, sir?
Chief Salami, good morning. I'm doing well, sir.
God bless you, sir. Is it for me? I'm so sorry. Honestly, Nigerians are just holding Dangote accountable for the failure of federal government. Honestly, yeah, because even the minister, even the government, President Tinubu, has removed the subsidy on petrol. So, Mr. President has not actually demonstrated enough love for his people, for the citizens of this country. How do I mean? Can anybody tell me what exactly the president, this current administration, has done to alleviate the suffering created by the first subsidy removal, which is very, very obvious because the first subsidy removal triggers virtually everything that's in this country now. Honestly speaking, inflation, cash crunch, what are the joblessness and every other thing? What has the president done at least to assuage, to ameliorate all this? Nothing. It's like the government has just let us in the hands of Dangote. Dangote that is supposed to be at the mercy of NNPC, taking slots of NNPC is now the one everybody is now looking up to. What has happened to our own oil industry? What has... Sir?
Yeah, no, we're with you, sir.
It's okay, sir. So what has Mr. President done in order to cushion the effect on Nigerians of this hardship created by this process removal? For me, I'm not a friend of Dangote, just as I'm not a friend of any of these telcos because they are all businessmen. And it's just unfortunate that Mr. President has just left Nigerians in the wilderness as far as oil business is concerned. Honestly speaking. Now the question is, which I want Nigerians to hold even President Tinubu accountable for that? What has happened to the days of the first subsidy removal? What has he done? What is his plan for the next 1 year concerning our oil industry in Nigeria? That's the only way to go. Dangote is not a friend of masses. Mind you, he's a businessman. And he can afford to sell cheaper elsewhere, and because he knows that there's no competition here at all. So that is just it. May God save Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution, sir. Okay, so very quickly,
said that.
Let's quickly talk about the Oyo State.
Yes,
the
president said that. I mean, state governors now have a lot of
money. Yes,
it is obvious,
and it's looking like it.
It is. It is. And the more the money, the more they complain. The more the penury, the more the hunger, the more all negative indexes are getting higher in the country. See, I'm not a fan of the governor of the state at all. Not at all. Like, not at all. As far as I'm concerned, the guy is a money burner. 63.4 billion naira to renovate a government house. That is a crime against humanity.
But it's supposed to be renovated.
No,
I'm just saying.
I understand that you are expected to renovate government properties, but not at the rate of 63.4.
Oh, okay.
There is no way you can tell me that, it's okay to renovate.
You think a lot of people would think that's outrageous?
Extremely outrageous. And that is the opinion of everybody apart from those in government, in our state government. 42 billion naira to renovate the airport, the Ibadan airport. That is Ayojura. Because it's not your turf, it's not your business. The airport belongs to the federal government. You spent 42 billion naira belonging to. They said it's going to become a national airport, which is a lie. Have you seen British Airways before? There. Now there is a lot of money, just like the federal government. The state governments are not alone here. They are actually learning from the federal government. The federal government is now doing an average of maybe 10 billion naira per kilometer. That's because they have a lot of money to play with. And instead of spending that money judiciously, they are now awarding contracts at a rate that common sense cannot process. And public patrimony is being frittered away. That's not the best way to go. When we had a budget of 60 billion in our state, we felt the impact more than when we are now talking about 0.1 trillion. That tells you a lot, bro.
1.1 trillion naira budget
That's
for
a
2026 money. So I think Nigerians should know when to ask questions if certain things are not put in place. All right, that is where we are going to draw the curtains on Perspective Unlimited this morning. We are absolutely out of time. My studio producer is already looking at me with corner eyes. Thank you very much, Mr. Olale Konsani, for being part of the show.
To be here.
Yes, sorry we can't pick calls again. We are absolutely out of time. Tomorrow again, same time, same station, Perspective Unlimited will come your way. Now we are going to give way for the Sports Gang as AM Sports takes the center stage. Thank you for listening and God bless you.